Hey, it's Jason. I've been using the iPhone 15 for about 10 months now, basically since it was released last year, and as familiar and as basic as this device may be, I'm convinced that this is one of the best iPhones Apple has ever made. Now, I can already feel the eye rolls as that statement has Apple fanboy written all over it, but as someone who's used every iPhone since the iPhone 3GS, there are subtle elements about the iPhone 15 that, in my opinion, truly makes it great. And let's start off by talking about design, which I know it doesn't look like it's changed in many years, but this is a good illustration of how Apple often focuses on a collection of minor details that may go overlooked, but usually come together to make for a better user experience. If y'all remember, Apple's last design overhaul was with the iPhone 12 back in 2020, where they introduced this now popularized industrial aesthetic, which, to be honest, doesn't look like it's changed much at all 4 years later, but Apple has made minor updates to the form factor, and to me, the iPhone 15 is the most refined iteration of this design vision. And where you're going to notice / not notice this the most is with the display. Believe it or not, it does have a slightly smaller bezel than previous iterations, and it makes consuming content off the 15 that much more immersive. Now we're talking microns here, so I get it, nothing revolutionary, but over the past 10 months, I have noticed the difference, mainly because I use an iPhone 13 for work and I go back and forth between both phones, and as subtle as it may be, I do enjoy using the 15 a lot more. This may also be helped by the fact that this is the first non-Pro iPhone to be equipped with Dynamic Island, which means that it's also the first non-Pro iPhone to finally get rid of the notch that Apple held onto for way too long. And though it's still not as ideal as a simple hole punch cutout, I do think that this does help make the display feel more immersive than before. Now, the other minor change when talking design is with the iPhone 15's frame, it's ever so slightly rounded off as opposed to being completely squared off at the body like other models, and this allows the 15 to be noticeably more comfortable to hold while still maintaining the popular look we've all grown accustomed to. I also noticed that the frame, likely because of its slight curve, is a bit more substantial on the 15. You could take a look at how it compares to the iPhone 13 that I have here, and again, we're talking microns, but it does make the phone feel more premium in the hand. There seems to be more of a textured matte finish on the 15 as well that provides more grip and is less fingerprint prone, and it blends in beautifully with the color matched frosted back panel. This is personally my favorite design update that the 15 brings to the table. I totally recognize that it's cosmetic and it doesn't really add to the functionality of the phone, but this frosted back is so much better than the glossy fingerprint prone glass it used before, and it makes the iPhone 15 the most pro looking iPhone in the non-Pro iPhone lineup. And considering how great the design of the iPhone is, it's definitely in your best interest to keep it as clean and protected as possible, and that's where channel sponsor ESR totally has your back. ESR is an industry-leading brand when it comes to iPhone accessories, and they can help keep your iPhone looking brand spanking new no matter how long you use it. First, for the screen, they have their Armorite screen protector. This piece of tempered glass has military-grade protection and is no joke the easiest thing to install. Just clean up the screen using the included cleaning material, then line up this perfectly sized housing over your phone screen. Just pull this tab at the bottom and slide your finger across the middle cutout and then lift up the housing and voila! You're totally done, no bubbles or any misalignments, truly the easiest thing to install ever. And when it comes to protecting the phone itself, ESR's lineup of Halo Lock cases are some of the best for protection and functionality. Starting with the Classic Series Hybrid case with ESR's Stash Stand, probably one of the most clever kickstand integrations that you can get on a case. It's made out of a super tough aluminum and it allows you to use it in both portrait and landscape mode and multiple different angles. The unique design also allows you to use something like a MagSafe charger while the kickstand is engaged, which is low-key really convenient, and dude, the Halo Lock magnet on this thing is crazy strong, which is great if you use a lot of MagSafe accessories. There's also the Cloud Series Soft case that's made out of a smooth silicone that gives you a solid grip, in addition to the integrated stash stand and ultra strong Halo Lock magnet. But if you're looking for max protection, you have to check out ESR's Armor Tough case. It gives you 4 times military grade protection for every nook and cranny for your phone, as it comes with an Armorite camera lens protector, shock absorbing air guard corners, this tough acrylic back, a dual layer edge, edge, and a built-in armorite screen protector and a dust shield. When fully installed, your iPhone could survive drops at up to 13 feet, which is kind of insane. It's perfect if you're in a line of work like construction where you need that extra layer of protection. No doubt, these are some of the best cases that you can get for your phone right now, and ESR's Prime Day discount event is from July 16th to the 17th. These products have the biggest discounts of the year, ranging from 10% to 40% off, so make sure to check them out today using the link in the description below. So let's talk about how the iPhone 15 has done from a performance standpoint now 10 months later. This phone is rocking Apple's powerhouse A16 Bionic chip, and it's not the fastest as it doesn't have the Pro next to its name, but it's still a beast in its own right. As to be expected, the iPhone 15 has given me no lag or performance jitters when it comes to navigating apps or the operating system. I even have a developer license for iOS, and I've got a beta version of iOS 18 on this phone right now, and it's been able to handle all the new features like a walk in the park, which is really encouraging. Now, I mentioned Dynamic Island earlier. I personally think that this is a major reason why the 15 is quite a jump from its predecessors. You can hate on it all you want, but Dynamic Island is a major part of iOS, and it does make the user experience a lot more refined. Now, on the other side of that coin, let's just address the 500-pound elephant in the room here. Yes, the iPhone 15 does have a 60 Hz refresh rate, which I recognize is wildly outdated at this point, and it's something that a lot of people just can't get over. Now, I'm definitely not defending Apple here, but what I will say, as someone who's actually been using the phone for around 10 months now, the low refresh rate from a user experience standpoint really isn't a big deal. And that's mainly because of the optimization of iOS, with Apple's hardware being as seamless as it is, so navigating around the operating system is smooth and jitter-free, even in spec-intensive apps. Because of this, you pretty quickly ignore the fact that it's not as silky smooth as a 120Hz display, because it can still accomplish everything you need your phone to do in a satisfactory manner. Now, is Apple's ProMotion better in every single way? Yes, without question, but that shouldn't translate to suggest that the 60Hz panel on the non-Pro iPhones are overtly bad. But over the past 10 months, the area of performance on the iPhone 15 that has stood out the most in a good way is the iPhone's camera quality. Despite looking very similar on the outside, this is probably the biggest upgrade to come to this phone. Apple equipped the iPhone 15 with its larger 48 megapixel main sensor, a substantial jump from the 12 megapixel sensor that was on the iPhone 14, and when paired with the processing strength of the A16 Bionic and Apple's advanced computational photography capabilities, you get arguably the best looking photos coming out of any phone right now, period. Plus, with the larger sensor, the main camera can now give users a lossless 2x zoom, which really makes it feel like it's a pro camera suite, and the photos coming out look fantastic. Plus, there's really no debate here. The iPhone is the king of smartphone video. They've been for a while, and really there's no second place, and it's no exception here. The iPhone 15 can take some pretty incredible 4K video. And over the past 10 months, I've been blown away at how good the cinematic mode has become. It's a lot cleaner than its first implementation when it comes to subject separation, and the bump up to 4K resolution really makes this probably one of the best vlogging cameras that you can get in the game right now. And yes, the regular 15 can't shoot in Apple ProRes RAW like the iPhone 15 Pro, but I'm telling you now, that's a useless feature for like 99% of people and nothing to feel FOMO over, especially when the regular 4K footage looks this freaking good. And to me, the most important thing about the iPhone 15, considering just how feature-packed and well put together the phone is its price. I feel as though this version of the regular iPhone is the closest to its Pro brother, and the $200 price difference to me makes the non-Pro iPhone 15 a much better value. This phone is packing so much more than what it looks like on the outside, and it's a phone that will be enjoyable, reliable, and more than capable for the years to come. But hey, that's just me, and I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the iPhone 15? Do you think it's one of the best Apple has ever made? Or do you think it's nothing special? Curious to get your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. And in case you guys missed my review of the new Pixel 8a, check it out here. It's going to help you be as informed as possible.